Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, it is November 22nd, 2024. I'm here in the USA, Midwest, 10 a.m. for me. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so we are currently live on YouTube. We are currently live in the Bead Floor Studio Facebook page, and we are also live in the Learn How to Make French Beaded Flowers Facebook group. Yay, I got my ducks in a row. Finally figured out how to do this. Okay, so let me get on my iPad, see if I can get the chat up because that's the way it goes. Hang on. And we need to go back and forth. So, yeah. Anyways, that's how it goes. Good morning, everyone. Again, today's November 22nd, 10 a.m. Here in the Midwest, here for me, currently live on YouTube, currently live on Facebook. So hello, good morning. Let me know where you're watching from. We are doing another live UFO bead with Fen. We're going to finish some unfinished projects together. Last week, I got a request to finish my daffodils. So Louise said, "Fen, can you finish your daffodils?" And you know what? I will take requests because then I don't have to think of what projects I want to do. So it's a win-win. I have a project to do, and you get to see a demo of what I'm doing. So if you're watching me right now live, let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, also say hi. Let me know where you're watching from and what project you're working on. Right, I was just stringing some beads on the wire, making one of the units here. Okay. All right, looks like we have Suzanne joining us. Hello, Suzanne. Love your hairdo, she says. Hello, thank you. I am starting to grow my hair out, Suzanne. Since the last time you saw me, or since the first time you seen me, over 10 years ago, I've always had short hair. Because I think when you first came to Milwaukee, I just had my daughter not too long ago, and now she is 11. So I want to say at least 10 years, I've had a short hairdo. It's been short. So, and I cut my hair when I was pregnant with her, but now I'm trying to grow it long again. All right. So, Suzanne, let me know what project you're working on. What are you working on? Okay, let me try again on my device here so I can get the chat up. If I get one thing to work, another thing is not working. So what I'm trying to do is trying to get the chat onto a different screen, because on my computer, then I have to switch back and forth. All right, how do I do this? Not as good as with technology as I used to. How do I get to the group? It's not showing it. Where is it? It's showing live, but I'm not seeing it in the Facebook group. Oh, well, I just have to switch back and forth. All right. Okay, it looks like we have Louise joining us. Hello, Louise. We're doing the daffodils you Yeah, we're doing the daffodils. Okay, so this daffodil project, let me grab my book here, is in my first book published in 2019, Beat Flora, The Revival of French Beaded Flowers. And this is the original project from the book. And I did some extra parts that never got finished. So let's finish it today. So if we go to page, not 80. If you have your book handy, we are on page 83. And I already did the petals. And we are doing, we have the trumpet or the corona done. This is done using the continuous heart loops technique that I introduced in the book. This is a technique that was introduced in this book. I've done some other things before that, but if you want to learn the technique, it is in the book. And what else do I have? Okay, so, and I have the stamen partially done. Where's my stamen? So we have the stamen partially done. We just need to finish that. We need to make the pistil. I need to make the spathe, and I don't have leaves. But if we have time, it will make some leaves. So on page 80-ish, I just closed the book. I think it was like 83. All right, so let's do this. Do I have enough beads to make the spathe? Okay, let's do the low hanging fruit first. Where's my white cutters? Okay, so let's finish the spathe here. So how did I do this? I think I just did this was a technique that is just kind of I use a continuous loop technique, I think. I made continuous loops using some bare wire space. This was a loop that I cut, and then I made the top loop on here, and that's how we get these little stamens. You guys, for those just joining me, we are working on French beaded daffodils that I'm finishing up. This is a project from my book, Bead Flora, The Revival of French Beaded Flowers. I made these in 2018, probably sometime in 2018, and did not assemble. So it's been quite a few years. It's time to finish this project. All right, it looks like we have Mary joining us. Hello, Mary. Let me know what you're working on today. Mary's from Florida. She's been beading with me for quite a while, quite a few years. I'm going to say 3 or 4. I'm going to say 3. Okay, so this has been sitting like this for the last 6 years. Oh man. Okay. Okay, Mary, I think it says it's on Facebook. It says it's live on here in the group. It says it's live in the group. But when I go on my iPad to look for the video, I am not seeing it. I am seeing comments from people from the group. So I'm not sure what's going on. Some people are seeing it. Some people are not. So I don't know. Technology. So it is on the Facebook page, the Beat Flora Studio Facebook page. It is on YouTube for sure. And it looks like we have Judy commenting from the Facebook group, the Learn How to Make French Beaded Flowers Facebook group. I myself am not seeing it. So I'm seeing the comments on the back end. I'm not seeing it as a user. So, you know, technology. Technology. Okay. All right. Okay. Looks like we have Teresa joining us again from California. Hello. Okay. Okay. Mary says she's working on holiday gifts. Awesome. Okay. So we are working on, let me get back to the page. We are on page. Okay, so we just finished the stamen. Let me move this up here. We just finished the stamen, and like I said, let's focus on. Okay, so like I said before, I used this continuous loops to make this. I made 3 continuous loops but with a lot of bare wire space in between, and then I cut in the middle, and then I just made top loops using that. So that's how I did that. And there was 5 of the stamens that I did. And now we're going to work on the pistil. Do I have yellow beads here? I do. I do have yellow beads. But are these the yellow beads I want? There we go. Okay. So what I'm thinking is I want to do the corona in this color. I made all of these in the same color, but I also have 3 in an alternate color. So, and there are daffodils with multi-colors. So I'm going to do that instead. So I'm going to do these colors, and we can do a different stamen, which is fine. Let's do the rainbow yellow. I can't find, I think they discontinued this color because I am not seeing them. These are Masuno Dynamites, and I don't think they make this color anymore. I think they maybe changed it to this color. Have they always had this color? I don't know. Don't remember. But I don't see that they have this color anymore. So discontinued, I think. I may need to look again, but I think it is discontinued. And I also think they don't have like the regular transparent yellow, just transparent yellow, not rainbow. I'm kind of sad about that too. Okay, so I'm gonna do a pistil. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we have Judy from Virginia and Pauline from Scotland. Okay, good morning, everyone. Hello, Scotland, Pauline. Okay, so afternoon, evening? I'm guessing evening. Okay. So let me know, those of you that are joining me, let me know what you're working on and where you're watching from. I started stringing some beads for the spathe, and I'm going to string some on here and just continue. And hopefully I can assemble. I'm not going to have time to finish the leaves. obviously, but hopefully I can assemble just the flower. That's probably enough. All right, I pulled up the pattern on my computer too, so it might be easier for me. Okay, so we're going to do 4-inch crossover loop. All right, leave a 3-inch tail, make the pattern, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay, so 3-inch tail, and then I'm going to just measure out 4 inches of the beads here. Really? 4 inches? This big? Yeah. I guess. And we're going to do a crossover loop. I mean, yeah, I guess it is this big. It is this big. All right. This is just a big old crossover loop. Just one crossover loop. Normally we do a continuous crossover loop when we're making flowers. If you did my daisy last month, that was using a crossover loop. Okay. If you're doing a continuous technique, but for here we just need one, and that's all we need. I'm just going to twist to secure. And cut. Okay. Done. Easy. Okay. So these are pretty simple techniques. I would say this is a intermediate project based on the techniques. Most of the techniques are beginner. This is a beginner level technique for this unit. This is beginner level. The stamens are beginner level as well. I think the only thing that might be intermediate would be the corona, the trumpet. So, but if you're a confident beginner, I think you can do it. So I think a beginner could definitely do this. All right, next we're going to do the spade, which is this right there behind the tulip. Daffodil, this is not tulip. So we're doing the spade. All right. Do I have enough beads? I don't know. I'm just going to string some more just for good measure. I don't remember if I'm using the same beads or not. I think I am. I'm just using copper wire. Yes, copper wire, but bare copper wire. And I do want to lace as I go, so I have some lacing wire here. Okay, let me take a look at the pattern. What do I need to do? 3 bead basic, pointed top, pointed bottom, 17 rows. All right. Point top and pointed bottom. going to start a lacing wire after the 4th row, because I find that it's a lot easier after the 4th row than after the 3rd row. So let's see. I'm going to use this as a guide into 3 times the width of the petal for the lacing wire. And I'm going to start right in the center and just do lacing as I go. I do prefer lacing as I go versus lacing after. Now with these two, I'm going to skip this first row here and go straight to the second row, straight to the outer row. I'm not going to fiddle with that. You can if you want to, but I don't feel like it. I don't think it'll make a huge difference. It feels so weird to finally work on this after so many years. Okay, my goal is to, I guess, finish all the bags of stuff. Well, when I showed you guys my drawer of unfinished projects, and I said, oh, there's another drawer somewhere, I just don't remember where it is. Well, I found it. I mean, it was right there in my face. I just didn't label the drawer. So I labeled the one and I found it. I didn't label the other, so didn't find it. I have a drawer of unfinished projects and a drawer of just extras. Extras. Well, this would be considered an extra because it's already a published pattern that I have extra units of. So, but then I actually do need to bead some more to actually finish the project. Okay, did string enough on here. Didn't make my twisted wire long enough, so I'm gonna twist some more. All right, let me count the rows to see if I have enough. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, 2 more. And if you notice, my lacing wire is not completely straight. And sometimes, depending on the placement of the wire, or I mean, the placement of the bead, it'll go this way or that way. It's not always completely straight. But of course, try the best you can. All right, set this aside. So now that I found my other drawer, maybe I can show you guys my other drawer stuff another time. Another drawer stuffed with bags. With the way that I'm wanting to design new stuff, I don't think I will ever finish going through the drawer, because in my lifetime, I just doubt that I will. But I'm going to try the best I can to finish it all. Okay. All right. Now we are ready to assemble the daffodil. Back to page 83. Let me grab a stem wire. That's what I didn't get. Do I have stem wires lying around over here right next to me? No, I don't. Give me a second. Okay. All right, so I have, if you're wondering where to get, stem wires, I buy these galvanized steel wires in these hoops from Amazon. You can also get them at the hardware store. So this is 12 gauge. You can get all sorts of different gauges and make this as your stems as long as you want. So how long did I have this daffodil? No, this length. Looks like this good. Ooh, flying. All right, we'll set that aside. And almost everything. But you know me, if I have all my stuff then prepared, then I wouldn't be me. Unprepared. But I was having technical stuff again before I came on. That's always, messes with you and your preparedness, even if you try to prepare like an hour before. All right, I'm gonna put this on top of my book. Okay, it looks like we have Dancing Glass Beads, Nakia joining us. I hope I said your name right this time. Nakia? Okay, she said, hello everyone, good evening from wintry Stuttgart, Germany. We had our first snowflakes today. We had snow yesterday. It was a blizzard, very, very blizzardy, but then now it has melted. All right, okay, now what? Where are my directions? Start from page, okay. Insert the pistil in the stamen. Insert the pistil in the stamen, okay. Oh, stamen. This is the stamen. Twisty twist. Just a little bit, not too much. Okay. And insert that into the trumpet. You can't really see the stamen. We just know that it's in there. We just know that it's in there. Okay, attach the trumpet to the stem wire, then wrap with fluoro tape. Okay, like this. I'm just going to use some 30 gauge wire. Wrap it and then wrap it with fluoro tape. In my instructions, I say thread. You can use thread, but you can also use assembly wire. With thread, I start using thread to assemble flowers with a lot of petals, and that reduces the bulk. But for something like this, without a lot of units, assembly wire is just fine. Okay, wrap with fluoro tape. Okay, now next page. Okay, we're going to the petals. Petals. Oh, these are different petals. These petals are different. I just realized that. Thanks to my book. Okay. So I guess I'll do these. Okay. I have three of these. These are different. This one is different. So these are not all the same. You know what? It's fine. I'm just going to use this. It's fine. Okay. Petals A. Hang on. Is how many? The smaller ones is the A. I'm going to do these first. Use the assembly wire. So the book will say thread. You can also use assembly wire. That's perfectly fine. Assembly wire, well, this is just 30 gauge wire. So. Actually, what I'll do is I'll reduce one row here. Take out a row and we'll be right. I think the difference between A and B is just 2 rows. I remember when I made these, I was at a local bead store doing a book signing, and I was working on the daffodil petals. I made 3, I think. That's where the 3 petals came from. I started making the daffodil petals at the book signing and then did not come back to it ever again for 5 years. Because in my mind, at the time, I said, I want to make lots of daffodils. Okay. So we're doing layer 1 with petals A, and then I'm doing the second layer with petals B, which are these. Okay, floss. Okay, wrap with floral tape. Okay. Hang on a second. Okay. Now I'm seeing the video in the Facebook group. So it just takes a while, you know, technology. Okay, I'm just going to go down. Yeah, why not go all the way down? Why not? Okay. All right, next. Floss down about 2 inches. Knot the floss, wrap with floral tape. Place the space. We don't have to do that. We don't have to knot it. We can just add it right on. That's just fine. Why am I having you doing the extra? Why am I having you doing the extra step? All right. So embroidery floss. This is the same floss that I used for the last daffodil, for the first one. All right. Teresa says, I like it. Mary says, that's so pretty. Thank you, ladies. Okay. So, and then we're going to put the spade on here. So this is a pretty easy-ish project. It's intermediate. It's not too hard. It's not advanced. Techniques are very doable. Too many things here. Okay, so I'm just going to start the embroidery floss, wrap it around. Want to do this to the embroidery floss. So there's like 6 strands on the embroidery floss. So you want them to be right next to each other and not all bunched up. You want them flat. Okay, there's some, if you see like some bunching over here, we can just take our pliers and just kind of squish it in. That will help you reduce the lumps and bumps. Right. Right. Louise says daffodils are so beautiful. Will definitely go on my to-do list. Yes, I thought it was on your to-do list, but now it has to be. It's a pretty doable project, I believe. I think the hardest part is the trumpet, but it's not that hard. And the leaves, because they're so long, I recommend using 22 gauge wire for the leaves. I don't remember if I use 22 or 24. Okay, so I recommended 22 in the book. So yes, 22 gauge wire for the leaves. If you don't, you may need to reinforce the leaf so that it stays on, because it is such a long leaf. You would need to reinforce it if you don't use 22 gauge wire. You know what? Even if I don't have leaves, just having the daffodil assembled is also fine. I mean, I guess I need to let go of this idea that it needs to have everything. If I get around to it, I can add leaves. If I don't, then it's, even if it's not perfect without leaves, it's better than if it's in a bag. And just having it sit out without leaves will probably spur me to make some leaves. So that's what I'll do. Even if I don't have everything, I'll assemble what I can. Okay. Flossing is quite a tedious task. And this is quite bumpy here. Stem is quite bumpy. I think I probably didn't have the wires completely straight down the stem. Sometimes if your wires are like this on your stem wire, I mean the bottom wires are kind of like this on your bottom wires, it will create some bumps. So make sure to have them completely straight down on the stem and do as I say and not as I do. but even so, you can it's still fine. It doesn't look horrible. Just use your pliers and push it down. Yep, and right here, I can actually see the wires going like this. Okay. I see it. That happens. It's fine. A lot of times you'll see me with I'm flossing, I would turn it around this way. But today I'm doing it this way, and usually it just depends on the direction that you started your floss. So if you are finding that your floss is bunching up one way, then turn it the other way. So today, this way is the best without bunching up. Okay. See, how far do I need to go down? Probably up to this point. Mark it with my nail. Okay, Mary says, I'll put this on the screen. Okay, if you're on YouTube, then I can put your comments up on the screen, YouTube or the Facebook page. I can put your comments up on the screen. If it is the Facebook group, then sorry, Facebook changed that and I can't anymore. So Mary says, we have a saying, the man in the lighthouse will never see it. Who is we? Who is we? Yep. I totally agree. You won't see all these little bumps and stuff, especially when it's all done. And I tell you guys all the time, when after you shape everything, I mean, you see all the flaws as you're beading, but after you shape it and all that, you'll barely see it. If you are just joining us, we are working on assembling a French beaded daffodil that I started in 2018. It's quite some time ago. I'm just finishing today, working on unfinished projects. Say hi, let me know where you're watching from and what project you're working on. Oh, Teresa, thank you. Thank you. I forgot the space. Uh-oh. Okay, let's undo it. Totally forgot. After all that. Thank you. Man, I do that all the time. All right, now we're going to add the space. Okay, go down just a little bit more. All right, who else does that? Do a bunch of stuff and they have to undo and go back. Guilty. All the time. Okay, we're just going to wrap it around the stem here. And just wrap it in. In the book, I have you cut off the floss, knot it, and then redo it. But doing it this way is fine too. I think I had you do that because it reduces the bumpiness of the wires here, but it's fine. If we use our pliers and just smush it down. I don't want to have to do another extra step. Okay. Okay, let's do this again. Let's do this again. Okay. It's a little bumpy over here. Seems to be going a bit faster the second time. Okay. Okay, it looks like we have Angela joining us late in the stream. Up, okay, she says up until 3, trying to work on the hyacinths. Okay, so if you guys are in the Learn How to Make French Beaded Flowers Facebook group, and I know most of you are, we have a bead along with Leslie Belton, and she is teaching us how to make her French beaded hyacinths this month. All right, catching up with, okay, Angela says catching up with the bead along. 138 little petals. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that's the beauty of French beaded flowers. There's lots of little moving parts. And French beaded flowers is addicting. You just want to stay up all night beading. I used to do that, but I also value my sleep now. So I don't stay up all night beading anymore. But I have gotten up at around like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock and start beading because why not? I find that we as human beings, we have a very addictive nature. And I guess for us, it's beads. It's better than alcohol. Their worst vices, like they said. Okay, Louise wants to know the length of the 12 gauge stem wire. Give me a second and I will measure that. Well, the standard length would be 18 inches. You can start out with 18 inches and then cut. All right, I'm almost there. I know, watching me floss this whole stem, watching paint dry, right? I'm getting sick of flossing. Okay, right, I'm finally at the spot. Let me measure this. Okay, so 12, 13, about 13 inches for the stem wire. Let me do it real quick, inches to centimeters. So 13 inches is 33 centimeters for the stem wire. That's just what I have. And I went down, I'm going to add my leaves at the 8-inch mark. So what is that? 8 inches is 20 centimeters. So at the 20 centimeter mark is where you want to add the leaves. So right here is, from here to here is the 8 inches, and that's where I want to add the leaves here, and that is the 20 centimeter mark. But the total length of the stem wire is, I forgot, so 33 centimeters. All right. Cut that, and that's on the floor. That's fine. Okay. So I'm going to come back, if I do come back at any point, and add the leaves on. I'll see you in 5 years for that, maybe. I have, unless I come back on another stream, and if I make it a point to do it on one of these streams, then maybe I'll do it. But if not on my own, with my own devices, I probably won't. Okay, so Nakia says, I already worked on 2 different projects today. After all, it's almost Advent time. Crochet bags. Your daughter's Advent calendar. Worked on first branch and fringe for Lauren's candle ring. Okay, that project of Lauren's is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so if you guys don't know, Lauren just had a magazine publication with her, Lauren Harpster just had a magazine publication of her candle ring with some, what's the word? Pine cones, and also the branches, cedar branches, right? So, and that's what Nakia is working on. All right, here we are. So daffodil, let me see if I can show it here. Okay, let me bend this so then you can actually see it like this. I will display this with my other daffodil. Well, I'm happy that something is semi-assembled. I don't know if you can tell with this, but it's different color. On the camera, you can barely see it, but these are different color beads, trying to get some, depth, but hard to see on the camera. But yeah, looking a lot better with another daffodil. Okay, and Angela says, hoping to work on the candle ring before the holidays. Not enough hours a day. I know. Definitely not enough time. Okay, so it'll have to be like an all year type of thing. If you want to do any holiday projects, especially for French beading, you need to start in January. You can't start like a month before December. Okay, so that's it for the daffodil for today. Let's see, announcements. What do we have? Okay, so November 30th. I know a lot of you are joining me for the mini poinsettias class, November 30th, 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. Join me on YouTube, join me on the Facebook page, and it will be on the Facebook group. It will get shared on there. So it will be up for 2 days. And then if you bought the PDF or the kit, you will continue seeing the classes. You'll continue seeing the replay. So you can find the kit at beadflora.com. You can find the PDF at beadflora.com. So yeah, there's this. All right, let's see. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. Let's see. We had Angela, Nakia, who else? Louise. I can't go back up the comments on here. So I believe Suzanne, Teresa, Mary. If I missed you, I am sorry. But thank you so much for joining me today. And I will see you next week, November 30th, for the poinsettia class. And have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.